Has this ever happened to you? You have a simple plan that you've laid out for the week, but you wake up, you start your morning routine, which of course includes a cup of coffee, and then you don't want to do anything else. Sometimes the root of your mood is quite obvious, but then sometimes you're not sure what the problem is or if there even is a problem. In either case, you need to give yourself some grace and take the day off. Now, everyone has had a bad day or a bad week, but when this mood goes on for days or even weeks, it's time for you to do something about it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So grab a pen and piece of paper so you can write down these 5 steps to help you get things back into alignment so that you can get your mojo back and get things done. Let's go ahead and dive into episode number 31. Welcome back to the More Than Capable Mompreneur podcast. I'm Shannon Baker, a coffee-loving mompreneur that started as a virtual assistant and turned into a total systems geek. And I want to help you shift your mindset and embrace your worthiness while creating systems in your business so you can be more productive and build success on your own terms without the mom guilt. Are you loving that? Well, I hope you're ready for real conversations that will help you beat the perfectionist inside, rediscover your strengths, and up-level your self-love in the mom cracks of time so you can stop letting fear hold you back because you are enough and you do enough. We are more than capable mompreneurs. So grab your cup of coffee, some sparkling water, or pour a glass of your favorite wine and let's dive in. I don't know about you, but even when I have clearly defined goals and create a simple plan for the week, there are just days when I don't feel like doing anything. So the question is, well, what do you do to snap out of it? Why does this even happen to us? Well, basically, when you think about it, there's a lot going on in our world, not just right now, but in general as busy working moms, right? For starters, as I said, you're a working mom, you're a wife, you've had to become a teacher, you're the cook, and the list goes on, right? And the truth is there's always going to be a lot going on. Our lives have so many moving parts, so it's no wonder that we have days that we just wake up out of sort. And guess what? That is absolutely okay. So in those moments when we aren't happy, we start to lose energy, we feel deflated, we question our directions, we question our worthiness, and we lose our motivation. And then we start to feel guilty because we can't seem to snap out of it. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we just feel a little lazy or just want to binge watch our favorite series on Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, or whatever. And that's not the I just don't feel like it moment that I'm talking about. I'm talking about that moment when you don't even want to participate in the things that you enjoy doing or things that are really valuable to you, like spending time with your family, getting in your workout, working on your business. I'm talking about the days that you want to do the thing, but the motivation to do it, to stay focused, just isn't there. And you try, but you just can't stick with it. Being motivated is one of the most important factors to success in any part of our lives. And when that motivation is gone, it's pretty scary, right? Now, I'll be the first to admit that most of the time after my morning routine, which of course is a hot cup of coffee, I read some of my Bible, I meditate on it, and then I pick something that I'm grateful for, and I'm usually ready to go, hit the ground running. But then there are days when I just don't want to do anything other than my morning routine. So on those days, I just take a step back and I try to think about what's going on that has led me to this point. And honestly, sometimes it's just that I've been going like the Energizer Bunny, and I just need to take a pause and take a day off. So when I do some reflecting, I can usually identify what has happened, what has sapped my motivation, especially when I'm finding that I'm feeling like this 1 or 2 days, a couple of weeks in a row. Usually it stems from me not verbalizing how I really feel to my husband or my daughter, or I've just taken on too much and I'm just worn out. And see, that's the thing. Motivation comes and goes. So you have to learn how to commit to achieving your goals, whether or not you're feeling motivated that day. But the good news is that if it's just a temporary mood, that will pass. The key is to recognize your triggers. give yourself some grace, and then take some action to get back on track. So how can you do this? How can you get the things done when you just don't feel like it? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So take out your pen and paper so you can write down these 5 steps. It's going to be quick, simple, and easy. Step number 1, write out what you don't feel like doing. For example, I'm not big on doing laundry, and I usually wait until I'm on the last of whatever until I do it. So if you have something that you feel that way about, write that one thing or write all those things down on your list. Step number 2, take that list and then identify at least 3 reasons why you don't want to do it. So for me, when it comes to laundry, it's because most of the time I'm just being lazy. I don't feel like taking the clothes from upstairs to downstairs to get them done. The other reason is I know that once I wash them, I need to collect them, sort them, and then put them up. And honestly, I hate doing all of that, but it's a necessary evil. Now here is step number 3 after you figure out your reasons. Look at your reasons and ask yourself if you're really being honest, and if those are really the reasons, then that's okay. You've identified the cause, but make sure you do not skip this step. Now, step number 4, write out at least one thing that you can do to get motivated again. So something that will kind of put a little pep in your step. For example, polish your nails, have another cup of coffee, participate in a new activity. Like I've grown to love putting puzzles together. So I will take a few minutes to just work on my puzzle. It rejuvenates me, refreshes me, and then I can get something done that's necessary. And sometimes you just have to have a black coffee conversation with yourself and suck it up and get one thing done. Now here's step number 5. Schedule time in your calendar to do that one thing that is going to help you move forward, whether it's in your personal life or in your business. That's it. Keep in mind, small steps make a huge difference. So if you can just accomplish one task, that will motivate you to do something else. So then after you go through the 5 steps, rinse and repeat this as needed. So I know that you're in one of 2 listener categories. Either you know me through this podcast or through Instagram or some other social media platform, or you may just be getting to know me. But either way, I want to thank you for tuning in. And I want you to know that personally, I'm an action taker. But I also fall into a state of apathy in my life sometimes. I mean, after all, I'm only human. And I know it can be a place where success and thriving go to die. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me either. So before you dismiss this simple exercise, take a moment to make sure that you're motivated in all the right ways. And if not, then go back, listen to the 5 steps again. Do them and see if it helps you. And if it unleashes something in your life where you feel like you need more support, then please feel free to join the More Than Capable Mompreneur Facebook group so that we can support you in any way that we possibly can. In those moments when you just don't want to do the thing or do anything, you need to surround yourself with busy go-getters that will motivate you and encourage you, because you can do this. And not people who don't have much direction or people who are discouraging to you or naysayers. You don't want to surround yourself with people who fear success either, and those who don't want you to achieve your goals. So stop talking about your dream to people who are critical of it. Pursue your dream and only speak about it to people who actually encourage you. You will find those cheerleaders inside of the Facebook group. So I really, really hope that you join us. The ladies inside of that community are amazing, and they help me work through so many things, not only in my personal life, but in my business as well. fear of success turns into fear of failure. And that's why I want you to focus on celebrating your small successes, because they help you to gain momentum. So take small risks. Meet your success with happiness. Accept it. Move forward one step at a time. When you reach one goal, celebrate it. Then set a new one. Celebrate it when you make it. Put that on rinse and repeat. Now, in episode 18, I talk about picking one thing that you're grateful for every day and reflecting on that as part of your nighttime routine. Because when you notice those moments that you've been blessed with and you reflect on them and just take a moment to appreciate the people and the events that make you feel good every day, it's going to help you relax and get a good night's sleep. And then you wake up refreshed, and that will, lend itself to you feeling motivated. I know life can be hard, and it's not always cupcakes and sprinkles. So I do my best to make sure we don't just talk about business inside of the Facebook group. Because let's be honest, our personal life can wreak havoc on our business life. And let's not pretend that we all know what the process is that we need to follow, that we know the right tools to use to save us time, and we all have good social media strategies to increase our brand awareness, because we are much more than that. We need genuine connections that make us feel supported, that help us be courageous, show us empathy, motivate us, and so much more, because this journey is hard. So I hope this episode has helped you in a small way to keep going when you just don't feel like it. And for the times in between, you can lean on us inside of the Facebook group. So before I wrap up, I want to do a recap of the 5 steps. Step 1, write out what you don't feel like doing. Step 2, list 3 reasons why you don't want to do it. Step 3, look at your 3 reasons and ask yourself if you're really being honest and if those are really the reasons. Step 4, write out at least one thing that you can do to get motivated again. And step 5, schedule time in your calendar to do that one thing that is going to help you move forward. Then rinse and repeat these steps as you need them. I know you can do this. So I want to thank you so much for joining me for this episode. You can find the details and a link to the episode that I mentioned and my Facebook group in the show notes. And if you enjoyed listening to the show, please be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast platform. If you learned something new, please let me know. Either DM me or take a screenshot and post it in Instagram stories and tag me at the More Than Capable Mompreneur. And no matter what, always remember, you are more than enough. So until next time, keep calm and streamline.